You eat a sandwich, you're going to eat it like a Scorpio rising and not like an Aquarius rising. You're going to taste it like a Scorpio, the impersonal Scorpios, the collective energies of that particular pattern. You're going to experience life in every way possible like a Scorpio. Now that could easily be a Cancer or a Gemini or a Taurus, but whatever that sign is right here, you have the defining point that cannot be erased of how you are going to approach life. You're going to approach it in that manner. That is that significant. And not only that, so you meet me, and let's say I'm Scorpio rising. It doesn't matter what other signs and symbols are in me constructing my particular makeup. You're going to meet me on a Scorpio level. That's how you're going to meet me. And I'm going to meet you on a Scorpio level. So we come in here with that. And what we do with this particular sign as our mask of personality, what we spend our entire life doing to be effectual, and I don't even want to use that word, to suck the life out of the moment, and productive. In our productive, not to gain something, just to be alive. How about that? Just to be aware. To strip falsity. What you have to do, but you're not going to do it. See, when I say the words, you're going to have to do it, you don't have to do it. It's going to be done for you. But if you're aware of it, if something's high up there on that top of that ledge right there, now I can go over there and try my best to get it. And maybe after a while, if I jump or something, maybe it'll fall down. But if I can take something as simple as a step ladder and sit it there and stand upon it, I can reach the thing with very little effort. That's what I'm saying. Awareness. If you are aware of what you're working with, then you can begin to understand, comprehend, embrace, correlate various things in your life and why. You don't need to know the why. You're never going to know the why. Remember my why. But you will have a deeper understanding of acceptance of the things when they happen. I like that. A deeper understanding of the things as they happen. You are not privy to know why. There is no why. There's no answer to why. The only thing you have that comes close to it is whining. That's it. That's the closest you'll ever get to it. But anyway, we're talking about the ascendant in astrology. We're talking about that it is here on the eastern horizon. Okay? There's the chart, and it's divided up into 12. I'm not going to try to do that. But right here, that first line, there's a line that goes here, okay? This is your material existence. You're going from the east to the west. You're going from birth to death. And this is the way you're going to do it. Okay? Now, in between this, you have this. And this is your status and career, position in society, and your false gods. They're all here. And they're in the 10th house. Then you have this 4th house down here. I'm only really briefly trying to cover this, but this is your home life. This is the kind of home you are going to have in this life. Now, it might be an abusive home. It might be a well cared for home. It might be a luxurious home. It might be a tent. You can't do a doggone thing about that. This is what you are coming into. You were born to come into that. And you're going to have it. And that's going to be part of your journey. Part of this journey right here. And all of this part. But this is the line. And from these right here, this right here determines this. Not totally. But you can look at it after learning the symbols and find out how the two are correlated. But anyway, let's not get into that. That's a whole nother session. The only thing we're dealing with today, the only thing that we're dealing with today is that you have a birth chart. And it came about through your ascendant based upon the time of your birth. Okay? Up here, where I was just showing you that 10th house, that is 12 o'clock noon. Well, if that's 12 o'clock noon, down here would be the opposite, would be 12 o'clock midnight. Now, that brings on more talk, doesn't it? Because down here is dark. Down here is scary because there's not much light. You can't see. You can see less than what you think you can see. Here, bright as can be. It's all out for you to see. The only difference is this down here is very personal, very emotional, because you're scared. You don't know what you're doing. You're scared. You hear things, you see things, you feel things. And you're all the time interpreting them as if they're going to hurt you or get you or abolish you or something. Up here, impersonal. Okay? Impersonal. This is intellect. This is instinct. Now, I could get into a whole lot of things about your planets down here. If you got a lot of planets down here, you're very instinctual. You're very driven by food, sex, money, power, all of the things of the earth that is pleasurable. You want to sustain yourself with those, and also what you're seeking is security. So you think the more money you have, it's going to make you secure. The more sex you have, you're going to enjoy your life, so that makes you feel pleasurable, so you'll want to stay here. It's all about survival. But that's what this is down here. This up here, on the other hand, is not, this is all about self, let's say, self. But don't take that so literally and run to the bank with it. Self and understanding self and what self is about, and not with the things outside, but you're so driven because you're trying to learn about self, you're going to be presented with a whole lot of things that you're going to overcome, let's say. Up here, this is about the other. This is not about self. Not about self at all. It is totally impersonal, and everything and every way that you approach life is based on the relationships. Now, there is that word again. So I hear all these people saying, oh yeah, my lover. Your relationship with God, your relationship with the universe, your relationship with the fact that you don't know that you even have that relationship because you're so busy trying to fulfill these other things. Okay. So, anyway. Now, so it's also known as the rising sign. The ascendant is known as the rising sign. All right, if you have a rising sign, you're going to have, you want to say it? Going down sound. If this is up going or upcoming, this is up, you're going down, okay? You're going to rise up, you're going to go down. So this is death. This is birth. This is not when you're going to die, okay? This is the death of what I'm getting ready to tell you right now. The entire time that you're on this earth and your birth chart is charted, what you are here doing is ripping the false mask away. It's got to die. What you were born with has got to die. And I know all of you know the scripture, you must be born again. Okay? And that is literal. That is not figurative. You will be born again. So, getting back to the purpose. The purpose, your purpose is revealed in each moment that you breathe. You have a mask. This is where you're born. This is where you die. This is your home, and this is where you'll rise. The only problem with this, sometimes when you have planets in here, they are your false gods, and you start worshiping them, like your status, your career, your position, your reputation. Sometimes your father, could be your mother. Most of the time the mother is found down here. But purpose. Okay. So as I was saying, you have 10 planets, but you have other things too. But you have 10 planets. And one of those planets, there's the sun, okay? There's the moon, and then you've got Venus. That's Venus. And then you've got Mercury. All of these, see, I'm doing this real quickly to show you that they're symbols. They're symbols. Just like the additional sign, the subtraction sign, the multiplication sign. Okay. But there is a symbol. That's Jupiter. Okay? Jupiter. He defines your purpose. If you want to look for your purpose, a purpose, if you want to, you will find it in this planet. You will find it. No questions go unanswered wherever he's found, and you're not moving him. So Jupiter defines your purpose in life based on all this journey and all these things you're going to go through. I'm going to sit down and I'm going to read about Jupiter. He rules the 9th house. Let me just say, this is the 9th. You know where I was putting that 10th right there. But this is the 9th. And the reason I'm saying that he is so important in your chart, because in the 9th house is the house of God. So if you want to get rid of all the rest of the houses and just emphasize the 9th house, regardless of whether it's empty or loaded, look at what is on, I'm getting too far ahead. The 9th house, let's stop there, is the house of God, and Jupiter rules the house of God. That's why he defines your purpose. Okay, let's see if we can do it. All right, I had started this, like I said on that other show. Jupiter, King Daddy of the High Rollers. King Daddy of the High Rollers. So he's not coming in here meek and mild and apologetic and saying, I'm sorry. No, I don't think so. How can you be sorry for a purpose that you don't even know what it is? And how could you explain what you're doing and apologize for it? You get my point. You know, it gets a little redundant. How are you commenting upon something you don't know about? The only way you're going to even experience a little bit of the knowledge is by sucking the life out of each moment. Okay, Jupiter, King Daddy of the High Rollers. Your indispensable need to win. Your indispensable need to win. Why do we need to win? Why do we need to win? Why? Okay, translated. You know, you hear people, I got to get ahead. Ahead of what? You know, it goes back to I want to be somebody, but ahead. I got to get ahead. You know, maybe financially. Ahead of what? It's the same thing. Underneath, it's the same thing. It's just these up and down deals. I didn't even pull. Let me get something to go with this a little bit. I always do that. Okay, let's see what we got. Scratch your mad ass and get pleased. Thank you, Father, Mother. Thank you. Because if Jupiter was going to say anything, he would say, scratch your mad ass and get pleased. My grandmother used to say that when I was a little child. You know, when I was throwing some of my temper tantrums and would want this or that, and I was going to get mad, and I did get mad. And she would say exactly those words, scratch your mad ass and get pleased. Because you're not going to always have everything that you want, thank God. You don't even know that. Okay, King Daddy of the High Rollers, your indispensable need to win. Life's a carnival ride. Now, you know, it's really scary, you know, not scary, but that boat at some of those state fairs, that's a really exuberant ride, okay? It goes up and it goes down, it goes up, and when you're up and then you come back down, well, that feeling of exuberance. You're going to have those, and then you're going to come down and you're going to have your low points. You're not going to always have it always up. And if you're always up, you got to come down. You know what defines that? Gravity, because you're on the earth. So in all of those times that you're so up, 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 the other side of that is down, 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 because it is a balancing act. Is that all there is, my friend? Then let's keep on dancing. As sung by the incomparable Peggy Lee, the words spell out the insufferable lack of concern fever in the 9th house. Now, what am I saying? Boy, this is might upset a bunch of people. Might. The house of God. That does not show up, Mitzi, anymore. I've written it all out. The house of God is totally impersonal. Impersonal. You are learning how to change the personal for the impersonal. And that involves you not thinking that somebody is being overlooked, betrayed, not being taken care of, whatever you want to do. I mean, whatever you want to think of it in those terms. But you're learning how to change the personal for the impersonal. And the way that you do that is with that ascendant. Ascendant's ripping away. Because when it's ripped away, you'll be there. You ain't got to worry about that.